Okay, so the picture's probably not that good, but this is not about the picture. It's about the message, about the message. Um, anyway, yeah, some new developments going on. Um, and in our society, they're basically conditioning us, and everybody. The thing is that it's being done slowly, so slowly, and you guys are probably all right with it. I mean, lots of people, I mean, are all right with what's going on. I mean, have you gone to our discount stores lately? Dollar Tree's one of them. We're being conditioned big time. uh Now, you may not think it's a huge deal. Okay, you're not allowed to take your card out. You're not allowed to take your card out anymore. They got the big poles attached to the cart. You're not allowed to take your card out anymore. And okay, so many years ago, I mean, even back to the time when I was a kid in the 80s, okay, would you ever imagine a huge pole attached to a grocery cart to keep you from taking your cart out to your car? Would you ever imagine that? And you might think, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, I'm sure this is part of it, but I mean, these places make a lot of money, and they make a lot of money being discount stores, so called discount stores. Um, they make a lot of money, and they can replace the carts. Yeah, it's a cost, but you know, how many decades do you think this has been going on? Is carts being taken from the dollar store? I mean, how many decades do you think that this has been going on? Carts being taken from the grocery, just the regular grocery store, and not even the dollar store. A long time, a long time. It's been going on for decades. Did they put a pull on it before? No. It's now they're working on rationing things out. And you guys, you probably think, I mean, you watch people. I mean, we look like, I mean, I watch people. I mean, if you're really awake, and I mean, it's been a long ride for me. I mean, yeah, um, I would not say that I identify as a Republican or a Democrat. I'm right in the middle. It's like, may the best man win. But I mean, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. But if you're really awake, then you'll see what's going on. If you really have, the scripture says, he that has ears, let him hear. Let him hear. He that will have will You'll be willing to listen. You don't want to just hear the things that feel good to you. He that has ears, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. Do you think that that just means, you go to church once a week on a Sunday, you're good, you heard all the truth that you're going to need to hear? You better check those churches too. Like I said before, you think that that's what the scripture means? No, the church, God's people, the collective, God's people, whatever that means to you. You don't have to put a title on it. Do you love God? Do you love people? There you go. You're the collective. Do you want to hear the truth? There you go. You're the collective. And so, anyway, you see what's going on. Now, here I'm watching these people. I mean, they're not questioning a thing. They're not questioning a thing. They got that shopping cart, that stupid shopping cart with the big old pole. How ridiculous is that? Attached to that big old, attached to that shopping cart. How ridiculous is that? So that when they go and they try to go out that door, and I mean, we're creatures of habit. I mean, they don't even get that. I mean, they're not even paying attention. because they're still being conditioned. They're still going to be conditioned to that until how many times is it going to take them to try to get out of that door before it's bam, and they hit that, and they hit that the top of that door. I mean, it'll take. I sat there and watched, about 5 people tried to take that grocery cart out the door, and they hit it and they act surprised, and because they were conditioned by society before. Oh, you're allowed to take your grocery cart to your car. Can't go any further, but you're allowed to take it to your car. And now it's like, oh, wait a minute, we got to train you now. No, you're not allowed to do that. And you might think, oh, it's just because people take grocery carts. No, it's rationing. It's rationing out food. Because it's already starting again. It's already starting again. I went to Albertsons, and there was a note on there, you can only buy so many gallons of water. It's happening all over again. And you might think that that is normal, you know, but you look at decades ago, in the 80s, we didn't have any rules like that, but we're being conditioned. And so in the discount stores, okay, they're still treating you like, basically, they're still treating you like you're. I was trying to get out of the bedroom here because I think that this is the room that my neighbors can hear me the most. But I don't want to be loud. But it sounds like they're up anyway. Anyway, so basically, you think that many decades ago, I mean, you didn't, we didn't have a quantity that we could buy. But they're thinking about this like they're thinking about these discount stores as a charity, and they're going to treat you as such. They're going to treat you as such. You don't have as many rights as when you go to those discount stores. You just don't, and you're treated differently. Yeah, we're giving you this discount, so okay, at Winco, you're bagging your own groceries. Well, it's cheaper to shop here, so we don't have to treat you as well. Okay, they've been doing that for years, for decades, but that's just an example. Okay, now we got the dollar store, and it's like, we don't have to let you take your cart to your car. This is a bargain. We're gonna tell you just how many groceries that you're allowed to get. And this is food, this is everything. It's not just they're gonna ration you out without you even noticing it. You think it's all about a cart. You really think it's all about a cart. And so anyway, they're thinking that they can push me around, that they're going to tell me, the thing is that, you know, if you are someone that questions society, and I do my podcasts, and I know people are hearing about, this microchip that's going to happen, that this is going to happen. You may think, oh, this is weird right now. This is not anything having to do with anything. Nobody's going to have this in their right hand. You know what? They're working towards this. They're working towards this. And anybody that speaks out against this, anybody that says, hey, I noticed this, that this wasn't a law before. I noticed that. This looks like some of our rights are being taken away here. And anyone who is awake enough to point out what is going on, they're going to target. I believe that woman that saw me today, that started all her garbage, that she'd probably seen one of my podcasts. She might. I mean, who knows what their meetings are like when they're talking about conditioning us. I mean, to the point, I mean, now you go to Walmart and you don't even have cashiers. So many people lost their jobs. Oh, well, this is the computer age now. We're doing everything out of convenience. Well, was it convenient for these people to lose their jobs? I mean, all the people at Walmart, you think of all the people at Walmart that used to be cashiers, but, was that convenient for them? You know, who knows what they're saying in their meetings to condition, like their plans to condition us and all the new rules that we're going to have to follow in their stores while we spend our money. And oh well, no, you have to follow this, you have to follow this, these are the rules, these are the guidelines. First we're going to ration you out, then we're going to tell you you can't. And then some of the stores are they're advising you don't pay with cash anymore. Some of the convenience stores are saying, we would rather you do not pay with cash. If you can, pay with a card, because we would rather is turning into a cashless society, and people are just going along with it. Oh, okay, well, it's the rules. It's the law. We have to do it. And so they see us speaking out. They see us speaking out, and people that they have targeted for a long time in our town, and there are people that have tried to speak out. you know um they just get laughed at, or they get pushed aside, or they get labeled, oh, that's a troublemaker. Somebody, a troublemaker, stay away from them. They just get labeled that when they're trying to speak out. But really, I mean, you listen, take time to listen to those people that you think are just the low end of the totem pole. They're speaking out. They're taking time to demonstrate. They're taking time to say, hey, something's wrong here. So it's just going to get, I really believe, I was targeted today, and I was just standing there waiting for my friend. Just standing there waiting for my friend. That's all I was doing. And I've seen a million people take those little baskets, not the grocery carts, but the little handheld baskets to their car and unload. I mean, if they're going to have every single grocery cart with one of those stupid poles on there, then they should at least let you bring a little basket, since that's, I mean, really, if they want to be truthful, that's what they're doing. They're rationing anyway. So they've completed their job in making you ration your food, because that's basically what they're doing. And you've got that tiny little basket full of hardly, I mean, those baskets can't hold hardly anything. So they have completely succeeded in helping in making you ration your food out. So let you take your stuff to your car and unload it. They need to provide some baskets to take to your car, but see, that's the thing, is it's not even about their losing their grocery carts. It's not even about that. They're rationing you out. When they're raising prices on food too, they're rationing your food supply. It's getting to the point where the government is going to tell you how much food you're allowed to have in your home. So that, and what is it leading up to? It's leading up to the mark is like, okay, because if you're stocking up on food, if you've got food to supply to last you for years and years, you know, when they tell you you have to have this microchip, and it will happen when they tell you that, you're not, see, now if you've been rationing, if you've been following all their little guidelines and rationing food out, okay, and not stocking up like you should. Every house needs to be stocked up with food right now. But if you've been just living paycheck to paycheck, having just a few canned goods and just a few pieces of meat in your freezer, and you don't have a huge supply of water, you know And so this comes up to, okay, the point where you're going to be out of groceries, and okay, I'm starving, I'm desperate. Well, you know what you need to do? We don't have cash anymore. You know what you need to do? You're not allowed to use cash. Debit card? Oh, we've done away with that. It's coming. It's coming. We've done away with that. You know what you need to do? In the right hand or the forehead. You know what you need to do. You're hungry? Well, you can't buy or sell unless you have that. You're hungry. You're gonna you in order to buy, you're gonna have to take that. They're wanting you to get down to the point where you completely run out of food, because there's going to be famine, and there's already, there's going to be, I mean, there's been mad cow disease, there's been, our contamination of meat, and but it's going to get worse. And they're just getting to the point where yeah, it is going to get worse, and it's going to come down to, oh, I'm starving, I need something to eat. Well, you know what to do, and I'm standing there, and I see all of this coming. I see all of it coming. And it doesn't matter. You're pre-trib. What are the different tribulations? You think that you're going to be raptured up, you won't have to go through anything. Um, I don't know. God put Job to the test, didn't he? I was thinking that. Um, or you think you're going to have to go through the tribulation? Um, who knows what's really, really going to happen? Because we don't see the full picture right now. Who knows what's really going to happen? Um, and I mean, wouldn't you want to be prepared just in case? And I mean, even if we are raptured up, think about, I mean, I would hope that I would be ready, you know, um, but to be cocky and say that, oh, I have it all together and I know God's taking me, um, that would be prideful, and I wouldn't want to do that. But I mean, if we're not going to be here, we need to preach to those who are gonna, they need to wake up. They need to wake up, because I'm watching everybody's going through that line. They're not saying a thing. Um, everybody's looking so submissive, getting their stuff and not even questioning a thing. Oh, we're at the dollar store. Oh, meat's like $5 a package. Oh, but they're not going to change the title of the dollar store. Why? And they're not going to question it. No, they're going through the line. They're not going to question their cart. They're not being able to take their cart to their car. A bunch of sheep. I mean, it was just absolutely stupid. They watch as we struggle, my friend and I. Okay, first off, they're going to accuse me that I'm going to leave the property with their precious little baskets. I was just wanting to load my groceries, like we used to have rights to do that. That's all that I wanted to do, load the car with my groceries. And so I told the clerk, because she came up to me, and I'm telling you what, she made me want to throw hands. She really did. But she was just getting so domineering and aggressive, and telling me that she knew that she was saying over and over, "You're not allowed. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to take that. You're not allowed." And I said, "So I bought half this store out, and I'm not allowed to load the car with groceries? Like, you have no proof. I haven't left. I wasn't going to leave the I was not going to leave your property with the baskets. You're not allowed, because I questioned her authority. She couldn't handle it. She was just losing her mind, screaming her head off. And I looked at her. I said, "You know what? I'm not going to argue with you." I looked at her. I looked right at her. You can't swear because, oh, we're family. We're a family store. You know, you can't swear. Okay, they're gonna title themselves a family store, yet they're not gonna let a family get enough groceries. I mean, you can't. How are you gonna get uh, how are you gonna get a week's worth of groceries when you have to carry all of your bags out and you don't even have a cart to carry them out in? So they're going to call themselves a family store, but they're really trying to keep you from buying enough groceries to last, to last for a week or so. That's what they're really trying to do. They're trying to ration you. They're trying to take away your rights. But she's going to sit there and she's going to yell in my face about some stupid little baskets. I wasn't trying to hide. And she's going to sit there and yell. And I told her, I said, "I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to you." And she kept on yelling. And I finally looked at her and I said, "Shut up. Shut up." And then she says, "Oh, I'm going to call the police." I said, "Do. Please do. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done, have I left the property with any of your precious little baskets? No. I haven't done anything wrong." And so, do question it. Are you a sheep? Are you gonna listen? Are you gonna follow what everybody else says? Um, and if you have to go back to the store numerous times, I'm telling you to stock everything up, buy as many things as you possibly can, even if you have to make repeated trips, so that you can have a supply in your home when it hits the fan, and it's going to. If you have a room for a garden, start growing a garden. If you have a hunting license, start hunting. Anything, get a big freezer and start packaging meat. Unfortunately, I didn't learn. I didn't learn to hunt. And I had always been against it for so many years. Oh, we can't hurt animals and stuff like that. But God puts it here for. I mean, now that I see what's going down, God puts it here for a reason. In the Native Americans, I mean, they would after they would get their deer or some buffalo, and they would say a blessing, and as it the spirit departed, and they would thank God, thank spirit. They thank spirit for the meat. They thank the animal. Nothing about that is evil. It's just a life source, and it's something that you need to sustain yourself. And they used every part of the animal. So I mean, do what you have to do. It's like I talked to a girl that believes in, she knows, she's awake. She says everybody's gonna have to make a decision, especially us. I mean, especially us, because we are disliked so much. I mean, we are disliked so much. We're considered the weak of the earth. you know um People that are elderly or people that have some kind of disability, we are considered the weak of the earth, and we are so disliked. And she says everybody's going to have to make a choice. Everybody's going to have to make a choice. If they're not rich, they're going to have to make a choice where they go. Where are they going to go? They're going to have a plan, because anyone that does not have a plan, I mean, they're eventually going to be done away with, and that's just how it is. So anyway, I just wanted to wake people up to this. I mean, you're getting your rights taken away. Slowly but surely, you're getting your rights taken away. And are you going to just be a sheep and just listen to what they have to say, or are you going to question what they have to say? Because there is no way that that is even right, that you cannot take your groceries to your car. And these stores that are taking away our rights like this, and this is for everybody, they need to be shut down. That both of those stores, those discount chains, need to be shut down. If they're not going to be letting you take your cart to your car, that's a basic right you have to get enough groceries to last you at least a week or two until the next time you go shopping during the month. Be blessed.